Tom Daley, the 31-year-old retired Olympic diver whose precision dives and personal triumphs have etched him into Britain's sporting pantheon, unleashes a visual feast in his latest Vault magazine photoshoot, a sultry showcase of form and fire that leaves little to the imagination. Ditching the modesty of his competitive trunks for something far more provocative, Daley poses shirtless, his washboard abs rippling under the lens like sculpted marble kissed by light. A massive fur coat drapes his shoulders in one frame, its opulent texture contrasting the raw vulnerability of his bare torso. In another, a chunky knitted cardigan clings just enough to tease, paired with boxer shorts that hug his athletic lines. Patchwork jeans, artfully distressed and bold, ground the looks in a streetwise edge, transforming the diver's lithe physique into a canvas of high-fashion sensuality. It's not mere eye candy, it's a declaration. Daley, post-Olympics, is redefining his image from poolside hero to multifaceted icon, blending vulnerability with unapologetic allure. This photoshoot serves as the perfect prelude to Daley's candid interview, where he dissects his whirlwind stint on Celebrity Traitors, the BBC's addictive import of deception and deduction set against the brooding backdrop of Ardross Castle. A self-professed superfan, he hosts Traitors nights with friends and family, dissecting episodes over wine. Daley entered the fray with the sharp instincts of a gold medalist. Yet his early murder by the Traitors came as a gut punch, orchestrated by players who clocked his hypervigilant nature. They got worried I'd be quick to sniff them out, he reveals, his tendency to suspect everyone, marking him as too dangerous to keep breathing in the game. The elimination stung. I was so sad to be killed off. But it opened a window into the psychological marathon that is Traitors. Far from the lighthearted fun of home play, the real deal was an immersion tank of tension, where alliances fractured like diving boards under pressure. Daley pulls no punches on the isolation. The cameras only stop when you leave. You don't speak to anyone until breakfast the next morning. It's the only thing you're thinking about while you're there. You don't have your phone or any connection to the outside world. This digital detox, while liberating for some, gnawed at him. Nights blurred into frantic journaling sessions in his room, a solitary ritual to process the paranoia. I found myself journaling when I got back to my room, but otherwise you're completely in it. The game never really stops. The castle's stone walls amplified every whisper, every sidelong glance, turning downtime into a mental steeplechase. Daley, whose life has been a symphony of structure, from dawn dives to medal ceremonies, found the unstructured deceit exhausting. Not having contact with my family was really tough, he admits, the ache of separation from husband Dustin Lance Black and their two sons, Robbie and Phoenix, a constant undercurrent. What surprised him most was his own blind spots. I also thought I was good at reading people, but it's far harder than you expect. You don't see every conversation or every facial expression, and that makes it much more difficult to figure out what's going on. In the Traitors' web, truth serum is scarce. Lies slither through edited vignettes and half-heard asides. Daley's diver's eye for detail, spotting a splash's arc or a board's flex, proved less potent against human opacity. The game's relentless churn, where breakfast banter could be breakfast betrayal, eroded his confidence. Yet, this humbling sharpened his appreciation for the show's alchemy, blending celebrity egos with strategic savagery into binge-worthy gold. Daley's competitive DNA runs deep, a thread woven from his Tokyo 2020 synchro triumph with Maddie Lee to childhood battles over Monopoly marathons. My whole life has been competitive, whether in diving, Monopoly, or anything else. So of course I wanted to win. Everything I get involved in has a competitive edge to it, whether it's diving, the Traitors, or a knitting competition. This fire, once channeled into somersaults from 10-meter heights, now fuels lighter pursuits, like hosting Game of Wool, a knitting showdown that marries craft with cutthroat play. But Daley yearns to peel back this serious, focused, and goal-driven veneer. People often see me as serious, focused, and goal-driven, which I am, but I also love to have fun. I hope people see through Game of Wool and the Traitors that I'm not always serious. I like to joke around too. His Traitors exit, laced with wry humor, showcases this duality. The strategist who laughs at his own suspicions, the dad who knits scarves between betrayals. Beyond the game, Daley's photoshoot pulses with this multifaceted self. The fur coat evokes a wild, untamed side, a far cry from the disciplined diver. The cardigan whispers coziness, a nod to his homebound joys. Patchwork jeans symbolize his life's quilt, stitched from Olympic glory, advocacy for LGBTQ+ rights, and now media ventures that knit community. At 31, post-retirement, he's not fading. He's diversifying, plunging into narratives that demand emotional flips as deft as his reverses. Traitors tested his reads on deceit. Game of Wool celebrates creation's quiet competition. Both reveal a man who's mastered the art of the perfect entry, not splashless but splashy with intention. In reflecting on the tough shoot, where castle isolation mirrored his real-life balances, Daley emerges resilient. The game never stops, but neither does his evolution. From abs-bearing boldness to betrayal's brink, Tom's story is a masterclass in controlled chaos. Dive deep, surface stronger, and always with a wink.